So, folks, um, I don't know how to say this. You know how I keep telling people, and it seems like I'm just kind of going off on a weird tangent when I tell you guys that, like, men need to wipe their asses and wash their hands. And a lot of people are like, that's a really weird thing to say. Of course, men wipe their asses after they take a poop. And of course, they wash their hands. And I'm here to tell you that unfortunately, that's statistically not true, at least when it comes to hand washing. And unfortunately, all too often when it comes to wiping ass. And I want to draw your attention very specifically to a recent story that was posted in the New York Times Magazine titled, "The Most Powerful Men in America Are Eating Only Steak and Sauerkraut. Could I? I ate like Robert F. Kennedy Jr. for a week. The results were fascinating." It's steak and sauerkraut, and like, all right. Okay, so yeah, the premise of this article is
One of the
ate a
most
lot of
disturbing
steak.
things going on currently is how Rand Paul has anti-vaxxers thinking they won. Maho want to destroy all.
Making sure, I don't know, food poisoning doesn't get like spread across the entire country, you know? But let's take a quick look here, because there was one part of this that really stood out to me. And no, it wasn't about like, oh, it's so hard to eat so much meat. All right. So O'Mara is the White House dietitian. He's the guy in charge of making sure people are eating right in the White House. To O'Mara, the diet is not just a temporary means of losing weight, but a way to eat for good. He's been doing it for 10 years and credits it with turning his life around. At one point in our conversation, he pulled up the Bristol stool chart, which ranges from type 1, separate hard pellets, to type 7, watery, no solid pieces. O'Mara is consistently delivering type 4, smooth, soft like a snake, with pointed ends, indicative of healthy rectal function, he told me. When you start eating healthy, you don't need toilet paper, he claimed. Animals in the wild have no residual stool on their anus. He described a proper bowel movement to me this way: odorless, wipe free, over in 3 to 7 seconds, and, quote, nearly orgasmic. Quote, I could have a bowel movement behind a sheet at a dinner party in the corner of the room, and nobody would know. Guys, I submit to you that the White House dietitian is trying to convince people in the White House, not just men in general, but the men running the country, that they shouldn't be wiping their asses after they shit. This isn't me. Those were his words. That can't be real. I'm gonna link you guys this article, right?
Animals also don't have cake like humans.
It's true. And also, worth noting, we invented toilet paper for a reason. Why did I have to learn this? As a cautionary tale for you to pass on to your children and their children after them, all right? A cautionary tale to let them know they should wipe their asses and also wash their goddamn hands. Cats ritually lick their anus. Figure out why? It's because they're not eating steak and sauerkraut all the time. God. I don't have a whole political point to make here other than the political proposition among these, like, make America healthy again types is that, like, you don't need to wipe your ass. You don't need modern medicine. It's all just a mindset, bro. Like, they're not interested in making America healthy again. They're interested in, like, culling the poor. Like, the entire Make America Healthy Again project is just more poor people should die. That's it. Because when rich people make, medical mistakes, they can go to a hospital. They can go to a wellness center. They can go see professionals who will help them sort their shit out after they've fucked it up. But poor people can't really do that. So what winds up happening is that terrible, terrible medical advice is being given to, poor people across the country, and then they pay the price because they don't have the money to pay actual professionals. Everything about this administration is terrible.
I'm calling cap on this guy having a Bristol chart for regularly eating only sauerkraut and steak. That's not enough fiber for that.
Just as an FYI, this is the guy who does all this, and his name's Sean O'Mara. And yeah, he talks about his piss a lot.
This time I'm going to be talking about green urine. I have observed my urine is starting to turn green when I do a certain thing. More precisely, when I eat this superfood. I've scoured the internet. Nobody else is reporting on it, but Dr. Sean's bringing it to you. I'm not sure you'll get it right away because I think you have to be optimally healthy and work towards developing that. So this is a biomarker or biometric, in my opinion, that people should be aware about. I at least want you to be aware about it, talking about it. And it's following your color of your urine and how quickly you urinate. And also when you eat food, some interesting things. So if you want to learn more about this, check out my latest YouTube video on the...
Yeah, he's got an obsession with his pee.
If they would rather die, they had better do it, and decrease the surplus population. Maha, I mean screw.
I mean, everyone in MAGA has the Scrooge mindset, you know? We don't need to watch this entire video with this guy, who again is the official dietitian of the White House. But this is him standing in front of two pictures of his pee jars. He keeps jars of pee. Wait, you guys don't have cesium-137 in your piss? So, I don't know, guys. Like, maybe don't be taking health advice from these people. You know, bro, you're mentally ill. Look, it's fine if you think that. Like, you can go back to taking advice from the I keep my piss in jars inside my home guy. That's fine. You can keep taking advice from the I never wipe my ass doctor. Green piss gang. You know, like, I've heard of people taking creatine supplements and, like, their pee changing color a little bit until their body gets used to it. I have never heard of someone whose piss is just, like, the same kind of fluorescent green as a ghost from Ghostbusters. Never seen that. That's crazy. Anyway, I didn't intend for this to be an entire, like, segment or anything, but, like, I think the lesson we can take away from this is that keeping your pee in a jar is really weird. And also, you should wipe your butt and wash your hands. So go do that. And I feel a little weird saying, if you liked this, hit the like button. So I'll just say subscribe and leave a comment. And also, get organized. Join your local Dems. Join your local DSA. Join our Discord. Reach out to GamerG for help joining DSA. Reach out to Dragonfly for help joining your local Dems. And last but not least, check out ImogeneOlivia.com. Gender euphoric lingerie designed from the ground up for trans femmes. Tested with cis men, cis women, non-binary folks, trans men. It is comfortable, sexy, non-tucking lingerie. Go check it out. Link down in the doobly-doo. Let's keep on going.
Riverboat Jack is coming to town. All the viewers gather round. Twitch and YouTube is where she streams. All that content is bursting the scenes. Politics, gaming, and plenty more. Her sense of fashion you'll adore. So grab your stuff and hop aboard. We're going straight to Jack's Discord.